The protests of the killing of George Floyd led to criticism of police forces nationally, including right here in Cincinnati.
One local officer is fighting back against his critics in a controversial case that you'll only hear about here, as Local 12's James Pilcher shows us this may not be the last such case to hit the courtroom.
Following weeks of protests over police practices, several Cincinnati activists spotted a picture and a video of a veteran Cincinnati police officer in late June at a city hall meeting. They accused him of flashing of what they say is a symbol associated with white supremacy. That led the officer to sue those individuals for defamation in Hamilton County Common Pleas Court in early July. One of the defendants says the suit is a threat to her freedom of speech.
I wrote it because I believe that there is a problem with police and that these problems need to be exposed.
As for being sued by a police officer,
I think it's bullying and intimidation.
One of the posters wrote online he had found the officer's home address. He never posted that information. Because of that, his lawyers were able to convince the judge overseeing the case to seal the records for his protection. His name is replaced by a pseudonym in the complaint. Local 12 is not releasing the officer's name, personal information, or work history due to those rulings. That has lawyers involved with the case worried more officers will sue with the promise of anonymity.
No one wants to put an officer in jeopardy. They have a dangerous job. But we also have to remember that in America, we have this First Amendment. We have the right to speak out. And if it's not obvious that a lot of people are concerned about police practices here in Cincinnati and nationwide, then I think we're missing something.
Judge Megan Shanahan did not force the defendants to remove the original posts or prohibit them from posting their opinions in the future as requested by the officers' lawyers. The officers' lawyers declined an on-camera interview, but said in a statement, "This country is on a dangerous path. The Antifa, defund, Occupy, BLM terrorists are attacking our police. The defendants in this case thought that they could threaten and attack this police officer without consequences. They were wrong." Judge Shanahan made the right decision to protect this officer and his family and preserve their privacy. Her ruling will prohibit the dissemination of the officer's personal identifying information. The president of Cincinnati's branch of the FOP tells Local 12 the local police union is not directly involved in the lawsuit, but he strongly encourages officers to stand up for themselves in court if they feel wronged.
We certainly are not at war. We're doing everything we can to serve the community, but there are people who are at war with us. And we do need to defend ourselves in legal and by the legal means afforded to everybody else. And so, yes, I want to be more proactive. I think it is in our best interest to be more proactive when there are people that are trying to tear us down.
Indeed, other police officers around the country have filed similar suits in the aftermath of the protests, and others have threatened them, including one officer from Covington. At the Hamilton County Courthouse, James Pilcher, Local 12 News.
Thank you, James. And lawyers for the other defendants in the case declined comment when reached by Local 12, but you can read the full statement from the officers' lawyers at local12.com.